Well, I just heard from Amber Lawley. I want to take this time to thank them for sponsoring our shows last week. They called to let me know that my subscribers bought a lot of their CBD lotion. I was really happy to hear that. As their way of saying thank you to my subscribers, they are now offering you this deal. For every 3 items you buy, the 3rd item will be free. That's right. So every time you buy 3 items, the 3rd item is free. Just use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and the 3rd item is free. One thing I've learned about this lotion, not only does it help with joint pain as well as muscle pain, but man, it makes your skin really smooth. So as an added bonus, not only does it help with joint and muscle pain, it also helps out with making your skin very smooth. An added bonus. So go on over there to Amber Lawley. And remember, for every 3 items you buy, the 3rd one is free when you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y. Go check them out. What is going on out there, peeps? Like the gift that never stops giving. Lynn Wood and them going at it even more, but this time Lynn Wood's going after even more people. I'm really starting to question what's going on here. Too much of this looks too snaky. What I mean by that is Lynn Wood calling out everybody that are the darlings of the right. And paying attention lately to Kyle Rittenhouse, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear Lynn Wood and Kyle are working together. Because even Kyle's starting to sound like he's playing for the deep state. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a moment. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button, because when you do, it helps us get past the algorithm that YouTube puts on us and keeps us from being shadow banned. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely do appreciate it. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. That's right, head on over to Money Metals when you want to buy gold and silver. Keep in mind, if you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. Hey, right now, a special offer for my audiences only. You have a chance to win 100 free American Silver Eagles. That's over $3,000 in value. And all you have to do is enter your email to win. That's it. That's right, there's no obligations to purchase. The link is down below in the description, so head on over there, enter to win. Yeah, between now and December 31st of this year to enter. The only way you can for sure not win 100 silver American Eagles is by not entering at all. So do yourself a favor and enter your email so you have a chance to win. As everyone is aware of an alternative website, the link is down below in the description. Over here, I post original content as well as other videos that have been banned from YouTube. It costs $3 a month to join for unlimited access, and all proceeds go to finding life's purpose. So come on over there and join us. Beware of scammers. That's right, people posing and pretending to be me. How you can tell us apart is real simple. If you post a comment and I respond, you will see a dark circle around my name. See this? It's either gray or black. I won't be sending you to WhatsApp, and I won't be sending you to Telegram or Telegraph or anything like that, nor would I be asking you for money. From time to time, I will be using material that's considered copywritten. I post this just to show that I am exercising my fair use rights. So a couple of you have approached me and said, look, Pimpy, we shouldn't talk about these people. We should all stay together on the same team. I get your philosophy. I get where you're coming from. But haven't we learned anything going through all the hell that we have over, especially these last few years? We have to call out those fakes, in my opinion, and separate the so-called deep state from those who are patriotic. Just because you got a bunch of people jumping around saying they're patriotic, waving flags, and wearing a MAGA hat, don't make them patriots. My thing is trying to figure out who's doing what. But I am questioning Lin Wood, and not just him, Kyle Rittenhouse. If I didn't know any better, these two are working together on whatever the hell they're doing. It surely seems that way. And I'll explain why. So first we got Lin Wood. Lin didn't just go after Sidney Powell and Michael Flynn. Now he's going after even more people. And the media, of course, is sucking this right up. They're trying to show that everybody on the right is a bunch of loonies, just like they are on the left. Mega World's biggest conspiracy theorists are going at each other's throats. Now, this comes from the Rolling Stones, and they are biased. We all know that. But I actually heard it from Lin's own mouth. So it isn't like this article is lying too much, but pay attention to the wording on here because they think they're slick. It says the battle royale amongst members of the conspiracy-loving far right continues to rage this week as former Trump attorney Lin Wood accused the conservative media and possibly Trump allies like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Michael Flynn of being deep state operatives. Now, we've seen Lin do this. He seems to be calling everybody deep state. And if God himself came down to talk to Lin Wood and Lin didn't like what he said, I'd swear Lin would call him deep state too. Wood, a conservative pro-Trump attorney and prominent QAnon believer, was briefly involved with the defense team of Kyle Rittenhouse, the teenager who shot and killed people in self-defense and was acquitted in his trial. And you gotta love their editing. Look at this. Rittenhouse appeared, told Tucker Carlson that Wood. Rittenhouse appeared? This is the Rolling Stones? Is that right? What are these guys, still on mushrooms after all these decades? Rittenhouse appeared to tell Tucker Carlson that Wood is insane, claiming the lawyer had taken advantage of him by raising funds in his name and keeping him incarcerated. Since then, Rittenhouse has appeared on a number of conservative media outlets where he continued to disparage Wood. Rittenhouse and his family have claimed that they should receive $2 million of his bail back from the state, but Wood has argued that the funds were raised by Fight Back Foundation. Now, we spoke about this, and I've heard people on both sides, and I get it, but that's what I was trying to say. My point was this. It is hard to say where that money should have went to. I think it should go to Kyle Rittenhouse, but there's a reason for that. It's Lin's fault for mixing his dirt. He should have set up an entirely different account for money specifically for Kyle Rittenhouse defense. But nope, he mixed his dirt. So in my opinion, since he's mixed the dirt, then he should pay Kyle the money since we can't determine where it should have went to. Wood said on Tuesday that he believed Rittenhouse media tour and the right's subsequent turn against him was coordinated effort by the deep state. He might have something there, man. He might, but I think it's more, if anything, I could tell you what stands out about both what Lin's doing, which is attacking everybody that seems to be on the right, and what Kyle's doing. It kind of looks coordinated. I ain't gonna lie. You guys tell me what you think. We'll get to it. I think that it was a planned attack by what I would describe as the deep state was said during an interview with far-right radio host Stu Peters. I like how now in the news it's like far right, but nothing's far left, far left. You see, the media is definitely our enemy. There's no doubt about that. They cause so much division in this country. They really do. By lying in the media, changing the narratives, misleading people. I mean, they truly are dangerous. I candidly believe that I was entangled in a psychological operation that had several different purposes, one of which was to attack my credibility. That seemed to be the focus of this effort after Kyle was acquitted. He might have something there, but let's listen to this quick little clip from Stuart Peters' show.
let's talk about this attack on you. This was really interesting to watch. So first you have what appears to be a well-rehearsed young man reading from a script on a national platform that he was obviously very well prepared for.
As soon as I heard the interview, I was like, he definitely was rehearsed. It sounds scripted.
Looked like it was practiced. And in the edited version that Fox decided to air, most likely segments handpicked by Tucker Carlson, the accusations about you specifically were right up front. Almost immediately, you have people like Rick Grinnell, Marjorie Taylor Greene, General Michael Flynn, a whole bunch of social media influencers, so-called journalists, Patrick Byrne, all these people attacking you, and it seemed extremely coordinated, at least to me. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a sitting member.
It did kind of look coordinated. That's why it's hard to figure out what the hell's going on. What's going on with Lynn looks like one thing. What's going on with Kyle looks like another thing. And definitely what's going on with the people on the right, well, I don't know. It does look like they're trying to separate themselves from Lynn Wood altogether.
Of the United States Congress went so far as to call for you to be arrested and jailed, when just hours, days, and weeks before that, she and others were celebrating our justice system because it had apparently worked. The system where everyone is afforded the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. So what are your thoughts on this attack, and who do you feel is behind all of it?
I think that it was a planned attack by what I would describe as the deep state. I look back at it now, and I candidly believe that I was entangled in a psychological operation. I look at the people that have come out and attacked me, the commentators in the media, Tucker Carlson, Dan Bongino, this guy with the fake accent, Sebastian Gorka, the guy that runs Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk. Not one of those people ever picked up the phone and tried to reach me to get my side of the story. They're all in it together. If you want to start identifying deep state members of the media, start looking at the people, including Sean Hannity, that set this up to attack Lynn Wood. Whether General Flynn, Joe Flynn, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and others were involved, I have my own personal opinion on it. I have severed my relationship with General Flynn and his brother Joe. I think I was played.
Well, now, you got to love the fact that Lynn Wood is talking about himself in third-party terms. Okay, that's definitely interesting. But look, there's something definitely going on there. If the people on the right are panicking because of what Kyle said and then all of a sudden throwing Lynn under the bus, well, that's really screwed up. It is. They're supposed to all stick together like many of you told me we should do. But here's my thing. I'm not going to stick together just for the sake of sticking together. I am not the left. I'm about doing what it takes to save this country, period. But if there's some bad actors in there, then we need to call them out. That's why I'm saying, hey, what do you guys think? But this thing here, the right has been pretty quiet while the left has been imploding now since Trump's been out of office. There's no doubt about that. But now all of a sudden this is happening, of course, right before midterms. What are the odds? One thing I will agree with as far as Lynn is concerned, how come nobody did call him? Or did they? We don't know, but I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say, how come nobody called him? I could go out and guess, and I would guess that I'm not calling you if you're going to record every damn conversation that I have. Sorry, I just don't care. And then you're going to play it. Now, if you want to talk to me in person, by all means, come see me. But I sure the hell wouldn't call Lynn Wood, that's for sure. Wood then went on to name a number of conservative media personalities he believes are members of the deep state involved in this effort. A look at the people who have come out and attacked me. The commentators in the media, Tucker Carlson, Dan Bongino, the guy, we already heard him say all this. I'm going to sue Tucker Carlson and Fox News. I'm going to take their depositions. I'm going to find out exactly what they did, when they did it, how they did it, and who was involved with the Rittenhouse interview. Now, see, that I'd like to see. Go on, Lynn, go out there and get the truth, because go ahead and expose it. I mean, I'm curious. Would also name people in Trump's orbit, suggesting they too, members of the deep state they once vowed to fight against. Whether General Flynn, Joe Flynn, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and others were involved, I have my own opinion, he said. And, Marjorie Greene did kind of go over, in my opinion, she kind of went overboard with attacking Lynn Wood. I mean, she did say he should go to jail. Says Lynn should go to jail for what he did to Kyle. I also fully blame him for why Georgia lost our Senate seats. He's from Georgia, and we knew him as a lifelong Democrat, not a Republican, which is true, you guys. There is truth there. So that's that's one thing I forgot to bring up about 2 videos ago. Do people know that Lynn Wood was a Democrat? But that doesn't mean that Democrats don't side with Trump on this idea, though, of saving the country. We shouldn't automatically discredit people just because of their political beliefs. You know, everybody wants to save this country. That includes independents, Greenpeace, as well as, Democrats. Don't let the media fool you. Anyways, I just thought, Lynn Wood now going after everybody's deep state, everybody. And what this does do is cause a lot of confusion to the people on the right. You're starting to go, what the hell's happening? Who can we trust? Lynn Wood actually has a lot of supporters that actually believe what he's saying. I get it, but I do question a lot of stuff. And Lynn does appear to be a little bit snaky. But having said that, there's the other side of this coin. Kyle Rittenhouse tells Glenn Beck that instead of suing the media, he's focusing on lawyers Lynn Wood and John Pierce. What do you mean you're not focusing on the media? Those people were almost responsible for having you killed. They had your butt put in jail. There was a trial by public opinion because of the media. And you're not going to focus on them? This makes me question Kyle altogether. So yeah, this headline right off the get-go that he's focusing, he did, by the way, the interview's right here, saying that he's focusing on Lynn Wood and John Pierce and not the media. Woo, man, somebody got to this kid. They probably told him, look, we can make sure you get out. Absolutely, no problem. And we'll even give you some money, but this is what you got to do. So, I do question now Kyle Rittenhouse's entire agenda. What it is he's trying to do? But, Lynn Wood is no better. I wouldn't be surprised to find out if the 2 of these coordinated it themselves. Somehow, some way, they are just doing what it takes to really damage the reputation of the people on the right. What do you guys think? Does this thing look... This doesn't look right. What do you guys think about what Kyle's doing and what he said and not focusing on the media? Man, that's millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And he's going after people who don't have any money? Yep, that's right. Lynn Wood and John Pierce. We know John Pierce don't have any. He's in debt and he disappeared. He's supposed to be representing the January 6th so-called insurrectionists. But last I heard, nobody knew where he was. So are you going after a couple of million? Or are you going after a couple $100 million? I mean, call me crazy. I'm just saying. Kyle Rittenhouse has backed away from the idea of filing a lawsuit against the media. That just, I mean, yeah. Yeah. When you hear that, does it sound like somebody got to this kid? I mean, seriously. Somebody definitely got. Somebody either paid this kid off or threatened his life. What do you mean you're backing away from filing a lawsuit? Dude, go after them. Everybody that's damaged by the media should sue the crap right out of them, so that they learn their lesson. The fact that this kid is not doing that tells me definitely somebody got to him. So either he's already been bribed, he's already been blackmailed, or he's been threatened. Kyle Rittenhouse has backed away from the idea of filing a lawsuit against the media, saying that he would rather sue his former lawyers for how they took advantage of him while he was being charged for his actions in Kenosha. I like how this media puts it, for his actions in Kenosha. Unlike the other article that said that he murdered and got all crazy in there. The acquitted Kenosha shooter gave a broad-range interview to Glenn Beck on Blaze TV. This kid is definitely making his rounds on all the conservative TVs. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. There's some of the things that Kyle's saying that I believe, and there's some of the things that Lynn Wood's saying that I believe. There's something definitely snaky going on here. Nobody in their right mind would walk away from such easy money. These people almost got this kid killed, and he's telling everybody he's not going to file a lawsuit against the media? Well, that just means the media is going to continue to do this to everybody until enough people sue him to get him to stop. So you guys tell me what you think. Kyle Rittenhouse, is he being threatened, blackmailed, or has he already received a ton of money from somebody else? The acquitted Kenosha shooter gave a broad-range interview to Glenn Beck on Blaze TV. where one of the reoccurring topics was Rittenhouse's opinion on the media and the justice system in the aftermath of his trial. The conversation revolved around the media's negative coverage of Rittenhouse ever since he shot 3 people, 2 of them fatally, during the Kenosha 2020 civil unrest. Beck used part of this conversation to strongly urge Rittenhouse into suing the press. Yeah, I strongly urge him to. So here's what Glenn Beck said. I think the lawsuits against the media are not only right. I'm not a suing guy. I hate lawsuits are not only right and righteous, but are absolutely necessary if we're going to survive, Beck said. Do you agree with that? Rittenhouse sidestepped the question and said that he was thinking about becoming a lawyer. I believe I can help more people by doing that instead. As Rittenhouse was speaking, Blaze TV highlighted a tweet Beck put out last month where he declared, I will donate money to Kyle Rittenhouse so he can sue the crap out of the corporate media. And he should. He should. How I'll donate to that. So Beck asked him if he's going to sue the pants off the media. Rittenhouse answered, we're going to focus on the number one fight we're dealing with right now with the guys who's been lying, Lin Wood and John Pierce. All right, so here's my thing. I jumped the gun, I should say. Definitely Nick Sandman needs to reach out to this kid and slap him around a little bit. But he's not really necessarily saying he's not going to sue them. But I'm kind of questioning why he's not going after them right away. Lin Wood and John Pierce are small fish in this big ocean compared to what he could be getting. And not only that, it's not just about the money. It's about forcing the media to start telling the truth, because the narratives that they're pushing are causing people their lives. And so they should be held accountable for what they're doing. Nick Sandman drilled these people for hundreds of millions of dollars. If Rittenhouse came behind it and did the same thing, and so on and so on, I think Trump should do it too with all this Russian collusion delusion. But, not enough people are doing it. Me, as soon as that judge said, and their verdict is not guilty, I'd have went, okay, get a lawyer, get him on their suit right now. I want paper served by the end of this day. That's how I'd have been, just like that. I'd have had them guys running out the door. I would have had the papers already pre-filled out, ready to file, sitting in front of, I would have had the lawyers or servers sitting in front of the media's buildings. As soon as they said, you're innocent, I'd have called on the phone and said, go do it, and had them suckers served on the same day. Boom. Yes, but that's just me. So he's going after Lin Wood and John Pierce, okay, but we'll see what happens after that. Bick continued to say he would gladly help Rittenhouse raise money to sue the media, but he eventually got around to asking Rittenhouse why he's going after Wood first. Rittenhouse had repeatedly explained in recent weeks that he disavowed both of his previous attorneys, calling them fraud men who politically exploited him instead of helping him fight the homicide charges he was facing. Yeah, I don't agree with what they did by leaving him in jail. That was bad. I don't want to talk much about Wood, other than he's a liar. Yeah, of course not, because if you say the wrong thing, that dude will string you up. So be careful there, kid. And he's putting my family in jeopardy. We're getting death threats because of the lies he says. It's just disturbing. Oh, I bet you Kyle's getting both from the left and the right, if you think about it. Ever since Rittenhouse's acquittal, conservatives have suggested that he sue the media for their negative coverage on him, just like Nicholas Sandman. Yeah, I agree he should. But the fact that he's not coming out and saying, why is he just focusing on Lin Wood and John Pierce? He really should talk about how dangerous the media is. The fact that he's not talking about how dangerous the media is and suing him makes me question what his real agenda is and who is behind him. That's for sure. You got to understand, there's some very rich, powerful people that would love nothing better than to knock Lin Wood out of this whole movement. There's no doubt about it. But Lin Wood's doing a good enough job himself. Instead of acting like a person who's paranoid, why does he have to wait for people to come to him? Why don't he go to the people and talk to them himself? Get where I'm coming from? So this little spat amongst the people on the right, it's really starting to look bad. But the thing is, the media is going to blow it out of proportion. There's no doubt about it. And they're also going to slant everything and exaggerate everything. So let's keep that in mind. But the fact that we heard Lin say stuff out of his own mouth, yeah, I'm kind of questioning Lin. And also the same thing. You heard the words right out of Kyle's mouth. Yeah, I'm starting to question this. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear Kyle and Lin were working together, acting like they're being enemies. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about both these situations, all right? Anyways, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later. I'm out.